Okay, now for the wine of the week. We've actually gone for a single varietal wine. There potentially is some other bits and bobs in here, but for all intents and purposes, it is a single varietal wine. And this one was actually given to me. And thank you to James Hillard, the head winemaker at Sileni. He gave this wine to me. He sent it down with one of the staff from the cellar. They came to Lionel's and he handed me the bag. So yeah, thank you to James. And this potentially was going to be wine of the week when I had Philip Morton who delivered the wine on the podcast, but I had to do it this week. I had to get it out of the way. We'll have another Sileni wine lined up for that episode, but hey. So yeah, it is the Advocate Albariño 2024. It's part of the Grand Reserve series, which it's not Grand Reserve price, but it's Grand Reserve tasty, definitely. So the colour, because it's 24, it's very light yellow, very clear around the edges. Happy days. The nose, citrus, there's pear, a little bit of melon, white stone fruit. It was myriad. It was basically a fruit salad, and lovely florals. There was a touch of spice as well, which was cool. The palate was rich and mouth-filling. Yeah, there was some light, sort of pithy phenolics, some spice, and then it just was super easy finishing, light acid, just a delicious, tasty wine, and really, really varietal for Kiwi Albariño. I've been blessed to try a fair bit of Kiwi Albariño over the years, and this is right up there with what I deem as being very varietal. Kiwi wines are very fruit forward, the fruit to the fore, and this is no exception. The fruit is to the fore, but that's expected, But there's that lovely juxtaposition with the acidity and the fruit. That is what I consider Kiwi Albariño. There's traditional Spanish Albariño. I think the difference is that they have the juxtaposition, but it's between oiliness and freshness. And one thing I've tried to look for and identify in Kiwi wines is that juxtaposition. And then I've really come to understand that it's not really Kiwi. Sure, some the wines do have that oily freshness situation, but they've really worked at it. They've really worked hard to get that with just manipulation in the cellar. And I'm not talking bad manipulation. It's just work of barrel, work of leaves, and things like this to artificially sort of give it that oiliness. Where I feel like it's that texture and body and freshness, that texture from that fruit, that body, and this one encapsulates it. It's pretty much bang on, really right up there with the Albariño brothers, Wild Albariño, as far as sort of benchmarks. And as far as the score goes, a bit of bias. I will throw that in there. James was actually my shooter that I studied, and so there is a little bit of bias there, but I'd give it a 93 out of 100 and 19 and a half out of 20 because I just think it's perfect. Picture perfect Kiwi Albariño, and so whilst I would love that little bit of extra, to elevate it to that next level, it's still really, really good and still a really good value because I just saw it at the merchant the other day and it's, in that mid-20s, mid to late 20s bracket. So great price. And yeah, it's just really, really smart wine. Okay, yeah, as far as food goes, seafood. give it some seafood, give it some fish. Everybody's happy. Yeah, so that's that. I won't mention a topic for next week because I'm basically recording several of these on the fly. So this is going to be recorded a few weeks before it actually comes out because I've actually been on holiday. And so tried to cover the bases and show that I'm and just fill in my holiday period. So I don't know what I'm going to be talking about once I come back from there, but yeah, safe to say it'll be great. So until then, thanks for listening. Sante and God bless. Oh, thank you for joining us, I should say.